Hello, fellow fellows and fellow educators. Okay, this is my first time going live, but it's really important because I'm going to talk about something a little different today. My name is Diamond Emerald Skinner with another gem. So I don't know exactly if I want to call this in defense of Beyonce's Black is King, an explanation of why I'm using the content. I might just put it that way, right? An explanation of why I made a post a couple days ago when it came out that you need to be using Black is King in your curriculum, especially when you're teaching to Black and brown children, but to all children. But I've also noticed that as I'm working on my curriculum, and if I Google Black is King into YouTube or into Google period, there's a litany, a plethora of videos and articles that talk about the backlash against it, right? And so unlike, if I am a good researcher, and technically what I should have done is, gone through, watched those videos, those articles, and went through and addressed every single point and said, why not? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to come give you my perspective and defense of it or rationale for it, and then we can go from there. I do want to start and preface this by saying that at first I wasn't going to put a video out because I didn't think I was qualified. But let me talk about how I am qualified to speak on this content. I'm a Black woman. I'm qualified to speak about art that relates and is of importance and prevailed to me, right? Beyonce is a Black woman and who also makes art. I'm a Black woman who also makes art. I'm a Christian. A few of the posts I've seen have disagreed with Beyonce from a Christian standpoint. And I put that in quotation marks because some of them are pastors, some of them are just Christians. The only thing you need to do to be a Christian is to accept the Lord Jesus Christ as your Savior, follow the steps in Romans Road. I could lead you through that if you want it. But note, I'm a Christian. I've been in the church all my life. And the Bible says, study to show thyself approved. So I'm wary and hesitant of those people who are claiming Christian and saying that that's the reason why we should blatantly disregard this piece of art. I graduated magna cum laude from Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri. At the time, the number 12 school in the country, still a private and financed, well-researched at a reputable institution in America and in the world. So like I said, I graduated magna cum laude and I double majored in African-American studies and theater. Right? And I minored in Swahili. So I've literally been taught through the canon of classical texts in terms of African studies and African American studies. I've studied media and the way that we've been depicted in our culture on screen and off screen. I studied classical African American theater, and I studied abroad in Kenya and studied Kenyan theater. So I know what I'm talking about. Furthermore, I went to NYU and got my master's in performance studies, where I studied African theater and in particular Kenyan repertory theater. But I had to study the canon of African theater, what it means, what it comes from, what it's for, all of those things. And then, what else did I say? I've been singing since the age of 3, born and raised in the church. I sing, act, and dance. Okay, so let's get into it. People say she depicts Africa negatively. It is not Beyonce's job to teach you about Africa. It's not Beyonce's job to teach Black people about Africa. It's not Beyonce's job to teach white people about Africa. That's your job to learn about Africa. It's 2020, Google it. When I studied abroad in 2011, there were still very negative stereotypes. There still are. But there were very negative stereotypes. When I said I was studying abroad, people invariably and inevitably said, oh, you're going to be living in a hut. Wrong. My mother took great pride and joy and sending to our community the beautiful pictures of the beautiful nature and landscape of Africa, as well as the wealth and the industry on the continent of Africa in the various different countries that exist on the continent. It's not a monolith. Beyonce knows that. Every true person who knows anything knows that too. If you don't know that Africa is a monolith, get woke. Because of that, this connects also to the critique of Hamilton. People have, which you also know that I think is a wonderful piece of art that every teacher should be teaching on in some way. Hamilton got critiques for not being Black enough or not referencing slavery enough. I didn't make a video about that, but it connects. I know every single reference that Hamilton made to slavery. They made them multiple times, clear lines, poignant lines that stood out. Hamilton's story isn't about slavery. So I welcome, and this is what one of the actors said, right? If you don't think it was woke enough, we welcome your dramatic, musically inclined, well-written, well-researched interpretation of a hip-hop musical about slavery. You want to do it, we'll welcome it, right? But that's not what Hamilton is. Ava DuVernay, wonderful, right? Producer, artist, gave on Twitter a very clear response to someone who critiqued her for loving Hamilton, right? She made it very clear. She is a is an academic. She creates documentaries, right? She is who we go to get information, like 13th, about the prison industrial system, the school to prison pipeline, racism in America, right? That's what we go to her for, right? And we go to her for her artistic creation, where she presents real life Black people in current day circumstances dealing with the trauma of being Black in America, but also the beauty that comes out of that as well, right? There's a distinction between watching an Ava DuVernay documentary, an Ava DuVernay sitcom, and a, Homecoming from Beyonce, or Black is King from Beyonce, or Lemonade from Beyonce, right? Each one of those pieces of art have a distinct purpose. And so what we need to do as critical consumers of content, which is what I teach my students to be and do, what we need to be doing is identifying what lens we should be looking at this film through, or this piece of art through, and then use that as a means to negotiate and respond and engage, right, with the art that we're looking at. So there's that. So she's an artist. It's not her job to teach you about Africa. Furthermore, though, if you did think it was her job to teach you about Africa, she did. So people get caught up in the beginning symmetry and symbolism, the images of masks and cultural identities and things that scare people. If you're scared by that, check yourself and check your biases. It's not Beyonce's fault that you're scared by that. That this culture has taught you to identify masks with demons. Your culture has taught you to identify horns with the devil. It's not Beyonce's fault. You gotta understand what she's doing. I'm jumping ahead of myself. If you think that she does a bad job of depicting Africa, you gotta wait till later. Wait till later when you get to the beautiful mansion and Jay-Z's rolling up in the mansion flawless, right? Where they're sitting side by side in a mansion eating food off of food trays in this decked out mansion. You see Beyonce and the image, Simba getting their teeth brushed, right, by a butler, right? She shows the magnificent diversity of Africa, not just in landscape, not just in geography, but also in lifestyle and wealth, right? She is not going to ignore the wealth of Africa. You can't. Looking at the land itself, that's a representation of wealth. It's not Beyonce's job to teach about Africa. And even if it was, you missed it if you didn't get it. Symbolism. A lot of the Christian critiques are about symbolism connected to Satanism, right? Art is political. Everything that you see has a symbol connected to it, right? Someone could take my video, chop and screw it, take apart every little thing on the screen, including the overlays, right? And identify symbols about them and interpret things that I would never choose to interpret. I was very aware of that, right? In New York at the African Drum Circle, I love dancing at the African Drum Circle, but I was always aware of voyeurism, of people's outside eyes and views. They see me dancing in the drum circle. They have no idea where I'm from or who I am, what my name is, but they can take a video of me dancing and put whatever captions they want under it, send it whoever they want in the world, or simply take that home with them to their country, to their people, and explain a story that has nothing to do with my true story. A lot of people look at me dancing and they'll make up a story about how I'm from some country in Africa and I'm dancing to some, god or goddess that, I've never heard to or ascribed to. So be careful of what your mind is putting on, what symbolism you're putting on it, right? She is an artist. There's symbolism everywhere. People can read into it what they want. So the horns thing, right? That beautiful image of Beyonce, right? With the horned headdress, people are making direct symbols to that and another satanic image, right? Animals have horns. How about that? Animals have horns. And people who are connected to the land, African people who we all come from, their expressions, their cultures, their traditions, their dances, their plays, right? They use what's around them. So yes, right? If I'm going to enact real life and I'm going to perform, why not use the same headdress of the actual animal that I'm imitating? Or still use that to adorn myself, right? Putting on a horned hat does not mean that you ascribe or support or love the devil or Satanism. Vikings wear horns. Why is it only when we see a black body adorned with horns that we think devil, Satan, whatever, Beyonce must be stopped? Do we see that same thing? And I'm talking about black people. Do we see that same thing when a white person puts on horns? Only if they're red, right? That's not fair. And I think it's unjust and immoral for people to blindly negate something that's so powerful and important, especially at this moment in time. We need all the black love we can get. Do I think we shouldn't be critical? Absolutely not. The Bible says guard your heart. We have to guard our minds, our spirits, and our souls from satanic attack, from the things that come against us, right? But there also needs to be some love, some open, some acceptance, some critical thinking. Push past your biases. Push past what the white man told you was wrong and evil and fall back in love with Africa. That's actually what this whole thing is about. Come back to yourself. Even the people say like, oh, we shouldn't be putting Africa above Jesus. Jesus is king. Yeah, guess what? Jesus is black. So black is king. You know what I mean? I love that. It's all the same. Jesus is black, so black is king. Who said that we didn't come from the heavens, right? It actually says we did, right? He used the dust to come, but we are celestial beings connected to the God of our universe. He sent us here. And she is showing us that in a new light, and some people can't accept it. Some of us can't accept it. It's educational. So I'm not going to tell you everything I'm doing because I'm getting paid to write this curriculum. And when I mean paid, I mean, here we go. I've been posting it, Reconstruction. The shirt came today. Reconstruction tutoring program for black and brown babies for the culture. Let's go. I'm writing this curriculum right now. We all are. We're writing this curriculum. So I'm not going to tell you exactly how I did it, but I will just give you some brief notes, right? So the unit I'm writing is called Black is King, and it's broken up over 10 lessons. And every day the student is basically using spoken word and examining the way that spoken word is used in this visual album to perform on the audience, and they're going to then use their voices to perform for their audience. So for instance, I'm taking a few videos that we're going to look over. So we're going to look at the trailers. There are 3 trailers that I found for Black is King that you can analyze in different ways, do close viewing of each of those. One has no words. One has no words, just music. One has words and music, and one has words, music, and the song. Next, right, we're going to examine Spirit and Bigger, that music video. We're going to talk about the etymology of blackness and African American and how that connects. We're going to watch the video Already. We're going to watch Mood Forever. We're going to watch Brown Skinned Girls, of course. We're also going to watch Black Parade. And so that's actually what I wanted to do for us to really make clear how significant this is. Let me pull that up. So before I end this live, I'm going to end by going through the lyrics. Oh, maybe not. Yep, going through the lyrics of Black Parade, because that's how we're going to end, because that too it's a beast. That song is ridiculous. I've gone through and read the lyrics plenty of times, and I'm going to sing that for you. So the other thing I want to note is if you just take out, right, one, it's visually breathtaking, but if you take out, yep, already there, the quotes, right, I'll just give you some of the quotes that are in this film, and I'm still confused why people are complaining. Come home to yourself. Let black be synonymous with glory. History is your future. The journey is a gift. Journey far and find something like home. And then this great quote that's in Lion King that is also going to be part of the curriculum, but it says so much, right? It's also in Black Panther, right? Okay, ready? Who are you? You see this? You see the silence, eh? What are you afraid of, eh? What are you scared of? Who are you? It's a whole lesson. That's a tons of lessons. Okay. Everybody is somebody, even a nobody. You can't wear a crown with your head down. You can't wear a crown with your head down, right? Like, you can't make this stuff up. It's beautiful. It's gold. We got to use it. Even if you just take those things, ignore all the things that you maybe find offensive, that is still quality content that we need to be putting into practice. Why would you not use that? Why do you not want your black and brown kids to know that they are kings and queens? You can include the others in that. They came from us, so it's all inclusive. Anything else? Yeah, it's about black love. Why are we always hating black love, even each other? We can't handle that. Black is king is like lemonade for men. Don't black men deserve to be told that they are kings now more than ever? I mentioned that before when I did my Black Lives Matter presentation webinar with my school. I said the most pertinent thing I can do as a black woman is to love on the black men in my family, or in my life, right? Not just my family, in my life. Just in case they go out in the street and don't come back, they're going to know that they were loved. Don't want that to happen, but it's an intentional point of contact. It's an intentional expression of the action verb of love. All right. I'm going to do this again at another time, but let me just get this off my chest, and I'll let us go. I'm going back to the South. I'm going back. Oh, wait. So I've looked at multiple versions of the lyrics. I'm going to perform the lyrics that I think are correct. So if I stutter, it's because I'm changing it on the spot. I'm going back to the South. I'm going back, where my roots ain't watered down. Growing like a baobab tree of life on fertile ground. Ancestors put me on game, on charm, on gold chains, with my own shun energy. Drip all on me. Ankara dashiki print. Hold up, don't I smell like such a nang chopper incense? Pure ice, bust down, flooded. I'm on risk now, ooh, going up, motherland, drip on me, ooh, melanin, my drip is so deep. I'm sorry, melanin, my skin, my drip is skin deep. Now I have to do it again, it's important, okay. Ooh, melanin, my, ooh, going up, motherland, drip on me, ooh, melanin, my drip is skin deep, like, it's too important. Ooh, motherland, drip on me, yeah. Ooh, I can't forget my history is her story. Don't forget that. Being black, baby, that's the reason. And I think it's baby, not maybe, because we know. Baby, that's the reason why they always mad. Yeah, they're always mad, yeah. Been past them. I know that's the reason why they all big mad. Yeah, they always have been. Honey, come around my way, around my hive. That's correct. Whenever mama says so, mama say, here I come on my throne sitting high. Follow my parade, oh, my parade. Talking slick to my folk, we nip that lip like lipo. You hear them swarming right, bees is known to bite. Now here we come on our throne sitting high. Follow my parade, oh, my parade. Oh, here we go. This is wrong. I'm for us, all black, right? She says, I'm for us, all black, all chrome, black owned, black tins, matte black. Walk by my window down, let them see who in it, crack a big smile. Ding. Go figure, me and Jig got 50-11 children, they like chick how. I charge my crystals in a full moon. You can send them missiles, I'ma send my goons. Baby sister rapping, yeah my yeah. Trust me, they gon' need it. Right, we're talking about their Orishas, we're talking about, Yoruba religion. We're referencing that, right? Trust me, they ain't gon' need an army. Rubber bullets bouncing off me. Made a picket fence sign off your picket fence. Take it as a warning. We're talking about modernity, picket fence, capitalism, whiteness, all that. Waste beads from Yoruba. Yup. 400 billion Mansa Musa. My kids know about Mansa Musa. Do yours? Stroll line to the barbecue. Stroll line, right? Stroll line, like Divine Nine, good, right? Stroll, like the new VP, aka Stroll line to the barbecue. Put us any damn where, we gon' make it look cute. True. That reminds me about the gentrification of Central Park, but it's another story. Pandemic fly on the runway in my hazmat, chillin', not children, chillin', running through the house, and my art all black. Ancestors on the wall, let the ghosts chit chat. Ancestors on the wall, let the ghosts chit chat. That's where the Christians have a problem, I'm sure, right? But I'm a Christian. Hold my hands, we gon' pray together. Oh, now we're happy again. Lay down, face down in the gravel. You should know what that's referring to. We wearing all white to the funeral. Black love, we gon' stay together. Curtis Mayfield on the speaker. Lil Malcolm Martin mixed with Mama Tina. Need another march, let me call Tamika. Need peace and reparation for my people. This is my part, y'all. Bump these laid edges, I'ma let it shrivel up. Bump these fading waves, I'ma let it dread all up. Put your fists up in the air and show black love. Motherland drip on me, motherland drip on me. Honey, come around my way, around my hive. Whenever mama says so, mama say, here I come on my throne sitting high. Follow my parade, oh, my parade. You talking slick to my folk. We nip that lip like lipo. You hear them swarming right. Bees is known to bite. Now here we come on our throne sitting high. Follow my parade, oh, my parade. We got rhythm. We got pride. We birth kings. We birth tribes. Holy river. Holy tongue. Speak the glory. Feel the love. Motherland drip on me. Hey, hey, hey. Motherland drip on me. Hey, hey, hey. I can begin my history. Is her story. Motherland drip on me. Motherland drip on me. Connie, come around my way, around my hive. Whenever mama says so, mama say, here I come on my throne sitting high. Follow my parade, oh, my parade. Talking slick to my folk. We nip that lip like lipo. You hear them swarming right. Bees is known to bite. Now here we come on our throne sitting high. Follow my parade, oh, black parade. Right? Black parade. There we go. Shine in. I hope I shed some light on this topic. I hope I was also able to drop some gems on how to use Black is King in your curriculum. When I'm using it, literally the first thing is just like study that title. Study why that title is revolutionary. Why is that revolutionary? Why do that sit different or feel weird into someone's soul, right? At the bottom line, don't dismiss any piece of art, especially a Black piece of art, without trying to connect and understand something from it. It makes me nervous when I see all people, including people of color, but all people, blatantly ignoring and defiling something because of these titles like Christian and, like her not teaching correctly about Africa, right? Africans, African Americans, Black people, Christians, Muslims, Jews, atheists, all need to partake in this art. It is a gift. It is a gift, and it also allows us to give more, right? It allows us to create gifts based on this gift. Even if you don't like it, even if you don't love it, even if you don't love Beyonce, use it as a critical piece. Let someone defend it, right? Let someone argue against it. That's still a critical thinking piece in class. I hope you enjoyed this gem. God, good vibes, education, and motivation. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, fellow teachers and fellow educators.